In this lesson, we'll discuss deposition designations. So I'm going to be working here with the Michael Poley videotaped synchronized deposition that I have. I'm in my transcripts explorer. I've opened up Michael Poley. I have some other ones up here too. I could close out. To close out, we just click the little gray X and get out of there. So I have designations. Maybe I want to create kind of my list right now. I know that I'm going to use this question and answer, and I'm going to make that a designation. I can right click and apply designations, except I don't have any designations to apply. I haven't created them. When I was creating my case, I didn't create them as part of my case manager creation. So how do we create those on the fly? We're going to go to the Explorers, select Designations, and to create a new designation, like always in our Explorers, we select the plus symbol for Add New Item. We're going to say this is Plaintiff Direct. We're going to say we're Plaintiff. So we're just going to do PLF Direct. I can choose a color. I'm going to keep it with yellow, and then choose if I had created a party, I would have it associated with a party. Again, I didn't create those. That's why it's so important to do that in the beginning so you don't have to come back and do it here. We're going to only, actually we'll do a Plaintiff Direct and a defendant cross as well, just so that way we have two. We'll select blue, and again, save and close. So I'll have those two designations. Now, you'll see in my Designation Explorer, nothing pops up. That's because they'll only show up when I have actually applied it to something. I have those two types now, but I haven't applied them to anything. So there's nothing showing up in my Designations Explorer until I create those. So let's start creating them. So we're going to select that text again, right click, and now I can apply a designation. Choose which one, Plaintiff Direct or Defendant Cross, and then create a party. So we're just going to say no party and hit save. So now I have Plaintiff Direct's designation. Maybe I want to include this one here. Right click, apply designation. This is also going to be Plaintiff Direct. And I can start doing my designations like that. If I look at my designation as Explorer, now I see, and in Michael Poley, I have 1510 to 1612, 1617, or 1607 through 1625. And as I keep going in any of my transcripts, so if I did this to Edward Eyster as well, we'd have a pullout or a drop down for E. Eyster and be able to do that. Now, that's how you can kind of do it one off. Maybe even let's do a defendant one as well. Apply designation, defendant cross, save, and now I have a DEF cross, defendant cross. That's how to do designations right there. How can I do designations kind of in bulk? Maybe I have a list of all of my designations, right? My attorney went through the transcript and said, okay, all of these are going to be our designations. Maybe opposing counsel sent over their designations. How do I kind of get those out in bulk so I don't have to do these individually? I'm going to close out this Michael Poley transcript. We're going to open up our Designations Explorer a little bit larger so that way we can see it better. I'm going to then select this little folder, this launch work area. This is how I can create those in bulk. I can add designation, choose the transcript, add the page and line number, and then I can do this several times. So if I wanted to do 12:2 through 12:15, save and close, and I could just add them individually there. I think that takes a lot of time. That takes just as long as time of me scrolling through and highlighting. I can import a text file that has all of these. So I'm going to select Import Designation, and then I browse out to a file that has all of these designations in here. So we're going to browse out, and I think here in my designations, I have Import Designation, MP Defendant, I have an MP Plaintiff, and then all of them. We're going to bring in the defendant one. We're going to hit Open. We're going to hit Save. And now it's going to bring in all of those page and line numbers. Now it took off what I had before, so just make sure that if you add designations, you can't combine them with the import designation. It's going to overwrite. So this is what I had in my designation text file. I had my transcript, my starting page and line number, and my end page and line number. let's open up that transcript folder so that way we can see what we had in there. I'm going to go to my desktop, sample data, deposition, Michael Poley, and let's open this up. So how do I have it formatted? First line, name of my deposition. Needs to be the same name of the deposition that you've imported in. So if this doesn't have the volume 1, it's not going to find it. So make sure that it's the same name. Then you can have your page and line numbers in any kind of format and multiple formats if you'd like. So if you want it with all those zeros, 12, colon 14 space 12 colon 22, you could do it that way. If you wanted to have less zeros, you could do it that way. If you didn't want to have any zeros, you could do it that way. If you wanted to do a period instead of a colon, if you wanted to do a dash or a space between instead of those colons or periods or underscores, you could do that as well. So you can mix them up. You can do them all the same format. As long as it's kind of in this general idea, you're good to go. We could add a designation type, create one on the fly, add a case party, create it on the fly. So if we wanted to do plaintiff, description, plaintiff in this case is Cactus, ink, save and close. I can now associate it with the party. We're going to select our designation. Is this defendant cross or plaintiff direct? In this case, it's plaintiff direct. And then which party we could add or select that case party that's associated with plaintiff direct. I didn't associate them together, so I can't associate them here. I can save, cancel, or close. I want to save. I want to commit these in there, right? So I'm going to hit save. And now all these designations are in there. If I go to the transcript, open up Michael Poley, we'll see all my designations, all 17. Double click and it'll take me to that transcript where that designation is, and I can see it. I have my annotations off. Oh, I have it on there. So it should show. We should be good to go. We'll see. Just needed to expand it out a little bit. Those are those yellow ellipses there. Some of them are overlapping. You can have them overlap either in your own designation or somebody else's designation if you wanted to do, let's say, all of this. Right click, apply designation, and we wanted to make a defendant. We could have it overlap there. It could be overlapping completely the same thing. Doesn't matter, they're just designations. So we've done them individually. We know how to do them individually in the designation work area, and we know how to create them kind of in bulk. I think that's the best way if you already have these planned out. If you already have them in a Word document, pop them into a text file or just type them into a text file and bring them in so that way you don't have to do them one by one. Yes, you have to create that text file, but usually you're copying and pasting, right? So that's a quick way to do it and get in those designations. You can create clips from those designations. You can create all kinds of different neat things. So if I group select here, you'll see that I have right click, create a clip, create individual clips. So if I created a clip, it'd be one clip with multiple segments. If I created individual clips, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clips, right? So how do you want to do that? You can create those clips. So if you had designations, you could select, add them, and then you have one giant thing of designations like, hey, here's all the video with my designations. Here's all the video with their designations. Or let's combine it where it has both of ours. We can get that kind of done in a bulk manner that way. That's for a next or a subsequent video, but thank you so much for attending this one.